Okay, so let's dive into our next trend, which revolves around an increased focus on learning and development to attract and retain talent. So, Louis, how will this continued remote hybrid work environment impact agent morale and expectations, and how should companies respond?
Yeah, it's a great question. I think anyone who's out there in the market recruiting now knows that it's difficult to recruit. That's true. That's true in most places, and definitely true inside of the contact center. So when you recruit, boy, you want to train well and you want to keep the employees that you're recruiting. And that hasn't always been sort of the attitude necessarily in the contact center, but given the shortages in labor and the difficulty in recruiting, it's certainly becoming more of a point of view. Let me start here with sort of what I would consider step one, which is sort of the agent experience. If you as an agent, you come in and you sit down and your work environment involves a lot of different applications, 5, 6, 7, 8 different applications on your desktop, that adds to complexity, right? So that's actually not helpful for the employee. It's not really helpful for the training process either. So if you sit down as an agent and you've got a single pane of glass, got all the customer data, all the tools you're going to use, all the resources that you need to go find information and to solve problems, all right there in front of you. I mean, right now, just like right out of the gate, you're giving the agent a better experience, a better agent experience. But not only is that appealing to the agent because their job is simpler and they're frankly more empowered to be successful and to help, but it's also simpler to train, right? It's simpler to train an agent on one application versus 4 or 5 different applications. The average contact center actually has 7 applications open on their desktop. That's a lot. That's a lot of training. Not great for the agent, not great for the training budget, not great for the ROI. Meanwhile, you could do it differently if you had one application, right? That's simpler and better for everybody, and less training and a happier agent and better retention. I mean, so a lot of good in that.
So, how important are things like having a good knowledge base and e-learning tools to this whole process? And do you let the agent in on interaction analytics that might help them learn about their own activity?
I think it's a great point. I mean, you want to empower the agent, right?
Right.
And the better the tools the agent has, the more empowered they feel. And frankly, the more you engage them in the interactions analytics and engage them in the quality management process, the more empowered they feel. And of course, the more empowered they feel, the more interested they are, the more excited they are to do their job, and just the higher their morale, higher their energy level is. And so I think getting those tools right are critical, because if you don't have a good knowledge center, if you don't have a good knowledge database, well, your agent isn't going to feel like they can solve the problems. I mean, who wants to sit there and deal with challenging situations that they can't help on, right? There is no real sense of satisfaction in that. But if you've got problems coming your way and you've got tools and you've got the ability to solve some problems, I mean, that's an opportunity to feel good about your job and to feel like, you're having an impact. I mean, it's really a nice experience. And so obviously that's everyone's goal. That's where the goal should be. The goal should be to really empower the agent to really help the consumer quickly and easily get their challenges resolved and have a better customer experience.